I don't believe in endorsing fairness or fairness products because I think Indians are brown and we're the browner, the more beautiful. And I don't promote alcohol because it's not good for you.
Tell us about Mr. Pawan Kalyan.
He takes the bad parts of it and seems to completely disassociate with the ego that comes with fame and attaches himself to the responsibility that comes with fame. Katamarayudu is for me a film which has got all elements that are family entertainment. And please give me a breakfast as compared with my mother, then compare with my father, then when it was Gabbar Singh, compare with Sonakshi Sinha, then I'm like, short of comparing me to some unknown Chinese actress somewhere, you have compared me to everybody. But
Sangamitra is Mr. Sundar's movie.
yes,
Yeah, and it has Jayam Ravi and
yes,
Arya in the movie.
Yes.
But you play the pivotal role of the.
That's what I mean. So I mean,
She's doing Vivekam,
yes.
and you know the kind of role she's doing, and you're happy with that.
Yeah.
How is it working with Ajith?
He's just wonderful to work with. No, I've lived alone for many years now. I don't live with my mum or my dad or my sister for many years now because it's a personal choice. I've always been a very independent person.
Is this something to do with that you are having a British boyfriend or actor who's some actor in?
No, I've never moved anywhere for a man and I never will. So.
Welcome to a special edition of Red Carpet. I have with me the gorgeous Shruti Haasan.
Thank
Welcome
you.
to the show,
Thank
Shruti.
you so much. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. See, you're rocking.
Touch wood.
You're rocking because you're the #1 heroine now in South. Katamarayudu is coming for release up this Friday. The biggest hero, big banners, and you've got the best of the endorsements. I'm told you've got a dozen endorsements. Nobody from South India has this kind of endorsements.
Well, I'm very thankful to God as always. I didn't always have an easy start. I still don't have easy days. So when things go right, I'm extremely thankful. And as far as endorsements go, I know that there are a lot of opinions on endorsements and whether one should or shouldn't, and there are a lot of actors who don't. But I'm an actor who's always loved selling things. So I'm really happy that I can endorse products that I believe in and that I use myself.
Yeah, all the marketing people tell me that you are one of the biggest success stories as far as endorsements are concerned.
Oh, thanks.
Because a lot of people believe in what you wear.
Well, because there are certain things that I will not endorse because I don't believe in them. I don't believe in endorsing fairness or fairness products because I think Indians are brown and we're the browner, the more beautiful, and that is our trademark.
Yeah,
our map,
definitely.
You know, so I would never promote being fairer. I don't promote alcohol because it's not good for you, and I don't promote tobacco or pan para because these are just not good for you.
And what about your mother? I mean, you never talk about your mother. I mean, you live
It's
with.
not that I never talk about it. Yeah.
You live with her, or?
No, I've lived alone for many years now. I don't live with my mum or my dad or my sister for many years now because it's a personal choice. I've always been a very independent person.
You're a fiery, independent woman.
Yeah, I think so. And I've always been independent. My personal space is something that's very important to me. So along those lines, I've just lived by myself since, I mean, in between when I came back because I had no money. After you study, I think everybody has to like get a job, and so in that phase I stayed, you know, between my dad and my mom. But apart from that, I've always just, the minute I've started earning through cinema, I've lived on my own, you know, and that independence and that space is important to me. And having said that, I always have my mom's back, and I respect her very much as a woman. Again, she's a very independent woman who's always done what she had to and has fought against the tide if she has to. So I respect that very much about her.
How's your singing career going?
Good. In the sense, I'm not singing as much as I'd like to. And I'm definitely not writing as much as I'd like to because there are certain film commitments and films kind of have a way of taking over everything. Cinema has that power, and hopefully this year is more about more collaborations and more writing.
Are you planning to go international?
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
Oh, you're going international.
And it's just it takes a lot to write a good song. In the sense that to commit yourself to that, it's a different mind space really. So for me, the balance has been a bit tricky, and hopefully this year I will get it right.
Are you moving to London by any chance?
Part-time, yes, because I love the city, and it's made me feel a kind of positivity and a happiness in my life that has changed a lot of things for me. So I didn't expect to love London so much. In fact, like till maybe even like a few years ago, I hadn't visited London properly for years, and I was like, yeah, London, you know, and I've always liked other places. But London grew on me, and how it was like, I never realized that this is like, I feel very positive, and I feel like I belong, you know. So I've always loved London. So yes, I will be kind of shuttling because it's closer to India as well.
Is this something to do with that you were having a British boyfriend or actor who's some actor in?
No, I've never moved anywhere for a man, and I never will. So, I've made big adjustments for the men I love. But I ain't moving cities or countries, no. I love London, that's why I'm moving there.
And it will also help you as an international artist.
Absolutely. I think London is really that central point, and it's close enough to home because I love my home as well. Something, I needed a change, I needed to snap, and I need to go somewhere where nobody knows me. And I have to start from scratch from an internal journey. And London does that for me.
So you can be an anonymous there in London. You can walk on the roads and
yes, that as well, and also that it's a place for artists, I feel, and I feel very inspired, and I feel like creating over there, and it doesn't matter what I'm creating. It's just a change of scene for anybody kind of refreshes your mind. Yeah, and I love gloomy weather. Yeah, I love it there.
So you're going this autumn or some?
I keep going back and forth. Really, I visit very often. Yeah.
And you even carried a small film like Premam. How did that?
Veeram, you know, was not a small film. If there was any film that put maximum pressure on me in my entire career, it would probably
because you are always compared to the Malayalam.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god, you guys give me a break. First it's compare with my mother, then compare with my father, then when it was Gabbar Singh, compare with Sonakshi Sinha, then I'm like, short of comparing me to some unknown Chinese actress somewhere, you have compared me to everybody. But of course the original Premam was so huge and loved that the pressure was just unbelievable. There were days I remember telling Che, I'm like, Che, I don't know if have we made a mistake? And he's like, we're like, he was very positive, you know, I have to give him that from day one. He just shut the door on negativity, and that really kind of helped me to go, yeah, you know what, forget about it, I'm just going to keep working, because literally the criticism started on the day of shoot. I'm like, y'all haven't even seen the film, so the pressure was so high. So when Premam did well, it was exceptionally special to all of us.
Tell us about Mr. Pawan Kalyan.
I've always said this, I feel that he's a very unique person. What I like most about him is he's so integrated into the audience's minds and into cinema, but he takes his job seriously, but he doesn't take the things like fame and the reach that he has with people lightly. He takes the bad parts of it and seems to completely disassociate with the ego that comes with fame, and attaches himself to the responsibility that comes with fame. And that's something I noticed when I was much younger, working in Gabbar Singh, when I was still trying to grapple some certain concepts. And now that I see him after all these years with a different point of view, I must say I really appreciate and admire his ability to connect and disconnect with the right things. I think he cares very much about the people that he influences and what impact he'll have, which is why he's so conscientious about what he's saying. And at the same time, he understands the power of cinema and what his stardom has, and he gives the fans what they want as well. So I think that's a very hard balance to strike, and he's really done that. And to me, he'll always be very special in my career, because there was really a time where people didn't believe in me because they didn't even know me.
Yeah.
And he could have very well said, no, let's take somebody in this film who's guaranteed to bring a certain appeal. And I think it was the director and most importantly him who said yes, of course, and that changed my career. So
Gabbar Singh turned out to be a blockbuster, gargantuan blockbuster.
Yes. Yes.
And it got you to that level where it went to the BNC sections of the Andhra.
Everywhere. It went across the map, literally.
Yeah.
So that's why he'll always, I'll always have a very special respect for him.
What about Katamarayudu?
Katamarayudu is, for me, a film which is got all elements that are family entertainer. And I like these kind of films that, especially in times that are tumultuous, it's nice to have films that make people feel good, have a good message.
It's a perfect entertainer?
This is a perfect family entertainer, yes.
And your role?
And my role is that of, it's a village girl, but quite I would say, she's a perfect blend of innocence and naughtiness. And I think it's a very simple role. I play a dancer in the film. And she's a classical dancer. So that was something fun and new. The last time I did that was probably Oh My Friend. So it was nice to get back to that. And she's a fun character and very connected to that emotion of family. And she is his connection to bonds of family and positivity.
So if the film turns out to be another blockbuster, your pairing with Pawan would be something.
God willing. Yes, God willing.
God willing. And how about the other heroes you have worked in Telugu, for example?
Well, all of them have been wonderful, I mean.
But you have been able to deliver constantly hits, Reis Guram.
Well, see, again, Reis Guram is because of the director and the concept, which was so unique, and the character he gave me was really something very unique. And again, Bunny is one of the most hardworking, dedicated actors. He's constantly watching and improving and building on his strengths, more and more. And it was wonderful to work with him, and he's a lot of fun to work with.
And Mahesh also, you had a big hit with.
Absolutely. Again, just it's a combination of people. Cinema is not like, cinema is truly one of those mediums that has teamwork held at the highest place, because again in Srimanthadu it's like Shiva Kortala Garu, who's been a writer for so many years, an incredibly successful and intelligent writer, and then for his nuances as a director were incredible, and working with Mahesh Babu sir, again, he's just an absolute delight to work with. So calm, such a gentleman, so it was wonderful.
And how is it living as an individual in the movie industry? You must have heard about the recent controversies about Bhavana and other issues. So how do you face that kind of problems in the industry?
I've always been one never to focus on negativity much, but yes, it does exist. You're not exempt from it even if you're Kamal Hassan's daughter. If you are a woman, you are going to face certain things. And that's a part of the package, not just in the film industry, but in Indian society, any society. I've also met some really wonderful men who always have my back and who always support me. So I can't just generalize, And I've also met some not so very nice men.
It's a mixture of both.
Exactly, and I think society is like that. Any experience is like that. Yeah.
How do you react to gossip about you?
I don't react.
You don't react?
No. Because the gossip doesn't pay my bills, so it really has nothing to do with me. No.
You just take it in your stride.
Yeah.
And about when you're linked with some man or the other, you just let it go or brush it aside?
Well, see, I'm an independent girl. I have every right to have a personal life. And the beauty of that word, those two words, personal life, is that it's personal. So I've always just kept it that way. And assumptions and speculations, a lot of them are really amusing to me because a lot of them are absolutely untrue. And some of them are true. But you'll never know which ones. Yeah.
True. But how do you keep away from the paparazzi? In the sense that they'll be after you, no? Because...
No, I mean, it's okay. I mean, it's a part and parcel of it. And for me, I think that you kind of learn to deal with it. Sometimes you even have fans who want pictures, but you've worked your entire life to be recognized and to have fans. So it's like it's really something you have to take in your stride. Yeah.
Talking about fans, you have the biggest following on social media. 8 million on Instagram and 5 million on Twitter.
Is that my numbers? Okay. Right.
I mean, nearly 5. I think you're touching 5 million on Twitter.
Yeah.
That's phenomenal. And that's the highest, I'm told, in South India for any actor.
Right.
So, your reaction to that? Because
I just never see. Now people have like managers for social media.
Yeah, exactly. But do you tweet your own? Or?
Absolutely, I always have. I've always believed in the connectivity of social media. I'm saying since I was about 19, I was on MySpace to meet other musicians and to like find out about new upcoming bands and to keep in touch with people that otherwise I wouldn't have the opportunity to interact with, or they wouldn't know who I am or I wouldn't know who they are. And that's the power of social media. So I don't have a social media manager. The tweets are all mine.
From your personal, from your phone itself?
From my phone, from my computer, yeah. And I don't know how you get more numbers. I think I care very much about what they say.
But I think yours is very organic. It's just come up over the months.
Yes, absolutely. I'm very proud of that because and I'll be okay if I stay at this number also. It doesn't matter. Because the people who care about me on social media genuinely do. So I like that.
But you update them also on a regular basis. Almost every day you tweet or you put some picture on something or the other and keep them hooked. So
I don't do it to keep them hooked. I know that they care and I just tell them. It's like if you have a friend who says, "Hi Sridhar, how are you doing?" After 4 or 5 days, you want to say, "Hey, how are you doing?"
Okay, that's
it's
it.
It's human beings after all. Even though we're interacting through machines, it's human beings, and that's the beauty of it. And just like life, the idiots also, and you block them. So
But do you get trolled?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
That's a big part of it. Yeah.
That's part and parcel of social media.
And social media gives them the courage they'll never have in real life. So yeah, definitely.
ఇన్నలేని కంటి చూపులేవు నన్ను చంపుతున్నాయి ఇవాళనే.
You have a voice which you insist that you dub for your own films.
Yes.
Slightly unconventional, but it's stuck. People recognize you.
Yes.
What's your comment on that? Because
in the beginning, everyone was like, my voice isn't the quintessential Indian voice.
Yeah.
And the thing is, it's never been this way. My singing voice and my speaking voice are also completely different. And I've always kind of had this sort of husky kind of a voice since I was very young. And all through school, people would be like, Shruti Haasan always has a sore throat. Because my voice was always like that. And then finally, someone called Rani Mukherjee came along and I felt really good. I felt really good to hear a different voice in Hindi cinema and commercial cinema. And in the beginning, from my very first film, Tamil film, there was always a comment on my voice. And now it has turned into my strength. So the people who love my voice love it unconditionally.
Yes.
And those who don't. But I've taken my cue from the greatest Marlon Brando. People didn't even understand what he was saying for the first few films of his career. They were like, that man's mumbling. And that's his signature. My dad has a very unique voice. And it wasn't always accepted very much in the beginning. So I just take all of these things as a sign. Hopefully, further down the line in years, it will become a mimic.
Now, do you dub for your own films?
Yes, of course.
All, even Telugu?
No, not yet Telugu. No.
So if the Telugu is still remake.
And for them, it's funny because they have to get the dubbing artist now to match my voice. So they probably have to.
అమ్మాయిలు చాలా డేంజర్ రోయ్ చాలా.
Then you're very close to your sister Archita.
Yes.
I mean, do you bond very well? I mean,
well, she's very busy now herself, so it's not like it used to be. Yeah.
But she's doing Veeram.
Yes.
And you know the kind of role she's doing, and you're happy with that? Or?
See, I'm nobody to comment on her career. She's a very intelligent and talented girl, and she will do what's best for herself. And she always has our support. But it's sort of been like this unwritten rule in our family that I can always go to my dad or mom for advice. And I can always be like, Papa, you know, what do you think? And but ultimately, I have to shoot that film for those 60 days or whatever number of days. So I have to make that choice. So he really has never, I think, never interfered, helped, or over advised, and that's helped me to make my decisions that are right for me. And where I think I have the same approach with my sister. I'm just happy that she's debuting in Tamil with such a lovely hero.
Yes. Yeah, you had a very good, that Veeram, you worked with Mr. Ajith.
Yes.
And Veeram is one of the biggest box office hits in Tamil cinema.
Yeah.
How was it working with Ajith?
He's just wonderful to work with. I was really absolutely disarmed and like completely taken aback by his niceness. In the beginning, I'm like, how can someone be so polite, to everyone, from top to bottom? There is like his behavior stays constant, and that is that it's always wonderful. He's wonderful to everyone, and he's very considerate about the people that he works with.
And what do you think about your father's, there's a lot of stories, rumors or whatever is there that your father is going to join politics.
Yeah.
And his tweets are also there, and his, there are a lot of issues that
That's like me joining the Russian army or something. I don't think it's going to happen. Papa has always had a very strong social responsibility.
Yeah.
And he's always voiced his opinions. That's the one thing I do not take from him. I stay very far away from voicing my opinions on social situations or politics because it's so volatile. But it takes a lot of courage and fearlessness to say what you feel is right for the taxes that you pay. So I don't think he wants to be political. I think according to the Constitution, freedom of speech and expression is a right that he exercises in the way that he sees fit. Yes.
But the lovely tweets.
Yes.
Lovely tweets.
Yes.
And non-filmy, he doesn't try to promote his own movies or nothing like that. But the tweets, there's so many.
He's truly a very proud Indian. Yeah. And I think he feels in that position that he is entitled to express himself. That's the way I would describe it. Yeah.
Okay. And now, what are your next Telugu films? Have you signed up anything new?
Well, we have Sangamitra, which is going to be Chai, Kodrai, whatever lingo. And then I just want to be really more selective about my work in Telugu as well. Yeah.
Would you be doing a heroine-oriented role, fully pakka heroine-oriented?
I'd love to. I think Sangamitra is one of those rare films that is a combination of everything. It's a character-oriented film. Every character matters, and that's what's very special about
Sangamitra is Mr. Sundar's movie.
Yes.
Yeah, and it has Jayam Ravi and Arya in the movie. But you play the pivotal role of the...
That's what I mean. So I mean, on paper, for the most part, it would look like a heroine-oriented subject, but it's not. It's a character-driven film. Every character is so important, which is what I love about it.
And what about Subhash Naidu?
Yes.
Tell me about Subhash Naidu.
Subhash Naidu is special, of course, because it's the first time I'll be working with my father, which was quite an experience for me because he's also directing me in the film. Of course, it's been stalled for a while, and we'll be picking up with it very soon. And as you know, it's a spin-off of Naidu from Dasarataram, which was a very loved character.
Yeah, very loved character.
And I play his daughter in the film as well. So it's a fun, light-hearted comedy, and I'm really looking forward to the audiences watching us together.
So it's quite a lot of exciting things up on your plate at the moment.
Yes, that's good. Yes.
Great talking to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. My pleasure.